Two daring heists within just a few months have kept Italy's art world on edge. In Messina, Sicily, thieves broke into a museum over the weekend and made off with 4 Renaissance masterpieces. 3 panels from Antonello da Messina's San Gregorio altarpiece are gone, along with a panel showing the Madonna and Child. That comes just days after police recovered paintings stolen from a foundation near Parma in the north of Italy. They detained 5 suspects. In that case, thieves took paintings by Renoir, Cézanne and Matisse worth around 10 million euros. The whole thing was caught on surveillance camera. It took less than 3 minutes. Now let's bring in Arthur Brandt. He is an art crime detective and has been called the Indiana Jones of the art world in the past. And he joins us from Amsterdam today. Arthur, let's start with a Sicily heist. This theft targeted some of the most important surviving works by Antonello da Messina. What does the sophistication of this heist tell you about the people who may be behind it?
Well, what I think that's happened is that a couple of months ago, the Italian government announced that they had bought a painting by Antonello da Messina at auction for 15 million euros. So I think that these people saw this and they thought, maybe we have a museum somewhere in Italy also having these paintings. So I think that this alarmed them. This was their idea. Let's take one. They are worth millions. So I think these are professional thieves, not real art thieves. There are not many thieves in the world who are specialized only in art. Normally they steal your car, they break into your home to steal your television or your computer or whatever. So these are professional thieves because they pulled it off in a couple of minutes. But most likely they just saw their chance to take off with these 4 very expensive paintings.
Now, museum officials say that the thieves bypassed alarm security systems and guards. From your experience, what are the most likely scenarios when a museum's security appears to have been overcome so effectively and so easily?
Well, in some cases, we see that they have some inside information, but normally what they do is a couple of weeks before the theft, they go to the museum dressed as tourists. They look at the cameras, they look at the doors, how many doors are there. So I think what the police is going to do in these couple of days is to watch the security footage from the last weeks. Who is, acting strange, who is watching the cameras, who pays more attention to the security instead of the paintings themselves. So I think that will be the first step that the police is doing right now.
Now, you have helped recover several high-profile stolen artworks. In a case like this, what are the crucial first days of an investigation, and what signs would make you optimistic that the paintings can be recovered?
Well, as we have seen last week, there was this big recovery in Italy. If you steal paintings, they are unique. You cannot sell them. There is nobody in the world who will touch them. In Hollywood, you see these Dr. No kind of types from the James Bond movies, villains who buy this stolen art to secretly enjoy them at night with a big cigar, but that's Hollywood. So it will be very, very difficult for them to sell these paintings. It's almost never heard of that they get rid of them. So it will be very difficult for them, and the police eventually will catch them.
Now, this theft comes just days after police in the northern Italian city of Parma announced that they had recovered these 3 artworks by Renoir, Cézanne and Matisse. They are worth about 10 million euros, as we've heard, and 5 people have been detained. This recovery, how significant is that, and do you know more how it came about?
Well, it's a very significant recovery. You have mentioned their names, Cézanne, Renoir, Matisse, very, very big names, 10 million euros. I think it's very important for the confidence for the Italian police. And what we know about this group of thieves is that they targeted not only this museum, but houses, whatever. They were on a tour, more or less. They had so many burglaries in the last couple of months. So my guess is that they were already on the radar of the Italian police, and somehow the police found out that they also did this job. So they were caught within a couple of months. They didn't have time to do anything with these paintings, most likely because they said there are no buyers. So this is very good for the confidence of the Italian police and, of course, for the art world in general.
Now, as you've said, these paintings are internationally famous, instantly recognizable, and they cannot be sold openly on the art market. But why steal them? What do thieves actually hope to gain from stealing that?
Well, they watch too much Hollywood movies. I think that's the problem here. And sometimes they find out real soon that you cannot sell them. So what do then is they use it as partial payments for drug-related cases, for arms, stuff like that. And in some cases, and that has happened in Italy, they managed to sell it to a mob boss, a mafia boss. And when this mafia boss will be in jail, for 20 years for drug-related cases, he can show up with these paintings telling the police, look, if we make a deal, give me 10 years instead of 20 years, I will return the paintings. In most countries, these deals are not made, but in Italy, they have made. In 15 years ago, with a big head of the Camorra, Raffaele Imperiale, he leveled a lower percentage with 2 stolen Van Goghs. So that might be the case.
That's an interesting possibility there. Arthur Brandt, international art theft investigator, thank you very much.